So, you want to know how to breed Temtem. As you probably know, Temtem have stats that affect their performance in combat. Getting Temtem with better stats is greatly beneficial to you, and the best way to do that is to breed good Temtem with other good Temtem. Not only are other stats important, but so are the traits and possible moves you can learn through breeding that it couldn't otherwise learn naturally. These moves are referred to as egg moves because they are only learned by Temtem that are bred and hatched. Every Temtem has 2 traits, but only certain Temtem have 2 good traits. For some Temtem, both of the traits don't really matter, but that's for competitive discussion, not a breeding one. Whichever trait you want is the one that you will be breeding for, and if you don't care, then that's one less thing to worry about. The final reason you'd want to breed is to make a profit by selling good Temtem to other players. However, with the current state of the game, the market's entirely through forums and discords. According to the latest roadmap put out by Crema, there will be a trading house in the winter, which I presume will allow players to more easily and efficiently buy and sell Temtems, among other things. Okay, so you're going to want to go to the breeding house over here in Onomatopoeia or whatever. And in here is where the magic happens. In order to breed 2 Temtem, they need to be compatible. The requirements for compatibility consist of typing and gender. Both Temtem need to share a type and be opposite gender in order to breed. In addition, they must be fertile, otherwise they cannot produce offspring. Breeding 2 Temtem will cost you 50 pan suns. The resulting Temtem will be of the same species as the female in the process. The offspring will have 3 different options for each SV. A 20% chance to get the lowest of the 2 SVs, a 40% chance to get the average of the 2 SVs, and another 40% chance to get the highest SV. You can manipulate these chances by purchasing items, which we will get into later. It takes either 5 or 10 minutes for a pair to produce an egg, depending on whether or not they are the same species. 5 minutes if they're the same species, 10 minutes if they're not. It takes 5 to 45 minutes for the egg to hatch, depending on the catch rate of the Temtem. There is an item in the game called the egg timer, which will show you exactly how long your egg has left to hatch. Additionally, the timer will not count down unless the egg is inside your party. Remember those items I mentioned? They are items that you can give your Temtem in order to guarantee a specific SV will be transferred over. There is one for each stat, and some combo items. These combos include HP and stamina, both the attack and special attack, and both the defenses. There's even one to guarantee that your Temtem will pass on a specific trait. So now that you know how to breed a Temtem, here's how you breed a perfect Temtem. Okay, so this is what you're going to need. You need one with HP and one with stamina, opposite gender so they can breed. One with attack, one with special attack, opposite gender again. Run over to this lady, buy the corresponding items for the corresponding stat. Aggressive for attack. Vitality for HP. Gifted for special attack. And endurance for stamina. Give each of them on their items. Make sure you give the right item to the right mon. Make sure everything is correct before you do this. Fertility 7 on each of these. Give them to this guy. Shows you a preview, see the baby will have both HP and stamina maxed out because of the items. Give him the other pair. See both the attacks are maxed out. Guaranteed. And then wait. Alright, once you get those eggs, you'll want to do the same thing for the next 2. Or 4 rather. HP and stamina again. Vitality. Oh, I guess I'll buy these hardenings too. Vitality. Oh, not that one. Dominant, yeah. Special defense. Endurance. So now I have all 4. I don't need to go back to her again. So I can just give these guys HP and stamina. Give them to this guy. Go back, get the other 2. Oh wait, I already bought the items. What am I doing here? Give them their items. Now give these two to this guy. Defenses we maxed out. And then wait. Alright, so I waited by going out and grinding some money. And by that I mean I went out and captured and released a bunch of Temtem. You can do whatever you want to pass the time. I just went to earn money because that's what I needed right now because it's very expensive to make these. You need like 62k total for one whole process. And that's only for like getting this single perfect mon out. For squeezing out all the value you can, you're gonna need a bit more than that. Let me just get these eggs in here so they start hatching already. Get everything organized again. Just marking these down so I know they've been used. Once these get below the threshold for par on fertility, then they kind of stop being as useful. Get some table space for my squad. Now I need to start making speed into this, so I need to take this speed mon with this attacks mon and breed it. I'm gonna need a female speed though. Let's see. Oh, there's one. Be using that for this one in a second. For now, I need to get the strands for these. It was mighty, right? Checking, yeah, attack, so I need mighty. And lithe as well. Or lith? Whatever. Speed one. Give them their strands. Put them in the daycare so they can start making an egg. And do the same thing with the other one. This process is important because there's no way to combo speed with anything else. Speed's always going to be on its own. And for pretty much every step past this, you're going to need to buy a combo strand in order to get the guaranteed trades passed down. The whole reason we have 2 HP and stamina as well is for the same reason. In the very end, we're going to need just the mighty strand and the immunity strand. And HP, stamina, and speed are going to be on both of them, so we won't need to worry about that. But that's what this whole speed adding process is for, is to make sure we can actually get everything on there. And now I just wait for the eggs. Important note. Sometimes while breeding you'll encounter issues that'll make you have to start over from a specific branch. In this case I had to restart the defensive branch because I had more males than females. In this case I had to breed another water Temtem with speed, defense, and special defense. I highly advise that you avoid this because this one mistake can end up giving me a FOMO instead of an omishi at the end. If this issue were to arise, it would be best if you had a female come out, that way whatever male you gave it would not affect whatever species came out. Setbacks like these can cost you 30,000 Pansuns. Or more! This is why it's best to build up a large bank of Temtem so that way if these issues occur it is not as big of a problem. Now back to the process. Alright, so now that we've gotten speed into the picture, we need to start mixing HP and stamina into the picture as well. So, the reason why we had 2 HP and stamina at the start was so that way we could mix it at the end here, so that way it had HP, stamina, speed, attack, and special attack, and then HP, stamina, speed, defense, and special defense. And then we take the 2 after that, and that's how we get the finished product. But first, we gotta do this step where we get HP put together. You need mighty, immunity, 2 vigor, give them the right strands, turn to this guy, give him the Temtem. See, the only thing left there is defenses. Only thing left here is going to be attacks. And then we wait, and we hope they come out opposite gendered. Tick tock, tick tock. This is the moment of truth. We find out what genders they are. Hopefully they're opposite. Female, good. This is the attack line, so that's why I'm giving him that name. Male, perfect. Give this one the appropriate name as well. One other thing you'll notice is they have 4 fertility each. So now we want to take these 2 and put them in the daycare to make our perfect Temtem. Finally, we're going to need 1 mighty and 1 immunity. Give them each their respective items. And put them in here. As you see, the finished result will be perfect. Now, if you want a specific trait, you'll have to get a bit more in depth. You'll need you need to get one that has a trait in the first place, and then you'll need to give it the 10k inheritance strand. Engineered strand? Whatever it's called. The one that gives a trait. And that'll be an extra 10k per breed because you want to guarantee it. Bada bing, bada boom, your Temtem's perfect.